Hi everyone, happy full moon in Capricorn. I hope you're all doing well. So contrary to popular thought out there on YouTube land with all the astrologers and all the astrological forecasts of this full moon, I'm kind of getting a different vibe. Now maybe you haven't heard anything about this full moon coming up on July 3rd, but the talk of the town seems to be that this will be a full moon of success, of building your ambitions, laying your foundations, focusing on your public persona, since Capricorn rules the 10th house. You know, finding that support from Saturn, since there's a trine happening with Saturn. It's very beautiful energy. And while I think all of that is definitely true and happening, what I'm getting from this energy of the full moon is a little bit more emotional. Now, the Sun and Mercury are both in Cancer, and I feel like the full moon is highlighting that energy. There's something that feels a little bit heavy, a little bit vulnerable about this full moon energy. So maybe it's a vulnerability in your public life, in your public persona, or your work, or your career, or maybe it's not that at all. Now, it's also going to depend on where Capricorn is in your birth chart. Where is the full moon happening for you? For me, it's happening in my 4th house, which is typically ruled by Cancer, which might be why I'm feeling this a little bit more, the Cancerian energy. But let me know below if you've also been feeling a little bit heavy, or this time seems to be bringing up a lot of emotions. I'm sure there's other astrological influences that could explain all that anyways. But I figure because I'm feeling this way and I'm tapping into this energy, what I do for this full moon reading is tap into personal stories, personal energies, a little bit of a more individual focused reading versus a collective energy tap in. I'm hearing tune up or a tune up. Okay, I don't know. So we're going to do a pick a card so you can I want to get more specific with each reading is my intention here. So I'm going to pull out 2 different cards. Well, Spirit's telling me 3. That's going to be a long one, but I'm here to serve. Okay, so we're going to do 3. Pull out 3 different cards. You can choose based on the card that comes out. Choose your group. I'll take a picture so you can pause the video and meditate on the energy of each card. In each reading, I'm going to look at a Capricorn theme of how you can continue to build forward, climb up, move in the right direction on your path, what the obstacle is there, how to overcome it. And I'm also going to do a second spread that looks at a Saturnian theme, which is what is restricting you right now. Is it what you think is restricting you, or maybe there's something else that's going on? So I'll do 2 spreads for each group. You can watch more than one group, of course, if that calls to you, or 2 or 1 or half of 1 or none at all. It's all good. It's all up to you. So before I begin, I just want to say thank you everybody for all your support. I'm truly grateful for everything you've done here to help the channel grow. And I love the way the channel is growing. The energies that are here with me are so beautiful, so wise, so supportive, and I am so grateful for that. I know not everybody attracts that all the time, but it seems to have happened. I mean, there's weirdos out there, don't get me wrong. Okay, you can't avoid that on the internet, but for 99%, it's just been a beautiful experience with you that I am so, so grateful for. You've really changed so much in my life, so much in my soul, so much in my heart, and I hope that you feel that love that I'm sending right back to you. Emotional Cancer, right? I'm not a Cancer. My Venus is in Cancer, though. Okay, let's go, Spirit. Don't get awkward. All right, thank you for putting up with my weirdness as well. Let's get the 3 cards here out for the collective, Spirit, so that they can choose their group. Messages about the full moon in Capricorn. Okay, we have Pachamama as the first group, number 40. Taming the Wind for the second group, number 55. And let's see for the third group. The Medicine Wheel, number 35. Okay, so you can pause the video and choose your group. Hi, group 1. Those of you who chose Pachamama, I love that you guys chose this card. This card talks a lot about releasing suffering. Suffering related to the 3T, I said. Maybe the letter T means something to you. The 3D world, including any feelings or issues that you might have going on with your body or anything around you in your physical surroundings. This is a time to release the feeling of suffering. And it's not to say that your feelings of suffering are invalid, not at all, but Spirit is asking you to have gratitude, be grateful for the life that you've been given, to be here on earth in this beautiful vessel of a body that you have, to experience so much. So I'm hearing so much more than you ever could before. Interesting. Maybe we're tapping into some past life kind of stuff. Yeah, the letter T again is coming up. Okay, be grateful that you can do things here with your body. All the different senses that are available to you, all the different movements that you can do, whatever those movements are, it's a gift. It's a real gift. So enjoy the world, enjoy yourself, enjoy all the sensations. Take those small moments of like feeling the rain on your skin or the sun on your back or whatever it is. Like just feel into what it means to really be alive and to be here right now. Show that gratitude and you will be given back the love that you give yourself. Love that. Okay, so let's get into your spread here. We're going to look first at what you're working on, how can you begin your climb towards your ascension, your success, your healing, whatever it is that you're working on here. So we need 4 cards. I'll list the decks below in the description box. I forgot to say them in the intro. And if I forget, just leave a comment. Okay, how do you begin your climb? We have the Hangman and the 10 of Pentacles. Well, you don't. You don't start climbing. You're right where you need to be. Right now. Wherever it is. And how difficult it might seem in some aspects of your life, it's exactly where you're meant to be. You're gaining a new perspective on something. And I feel like it's the trajectory of your life. Okay, I feel like you're looking further into the future than you ever have before with the 10 of Pentacles and starting to plan and plant the seeds for the future. So now is a time here, like the Pachamama card says, is to just kind of enjoy the moment. Be in the present energy. Even if that energy is emotionally heavy or feels stale to you or feels a little bit worrisome, or maybe there's even some anxiety coming up for some of you, all of those emotions are super useful for you. Don't try to push them down or ignore them. Go within those emotions, find out where they're coming from and what is it that they're trying to tell you. Okay, usually when we have any feeling about anything, really, it's trying to tell us something. Spirit speaks often as a whisper, so sometimes we need to be really still in order to hear what is being said to us. And that's exactly what's going on here right now for you. That's exactly how you keep going down your path. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of Pisces energy here. Now, Saturn is in Pisces right now, in retrograde. And I feel like this is not so much this time, this full moon is not so much about how do I put one foot in front of the other, okay, and do this next step? What action do I need to do? What checklist do I need to make? How do I go about this? It's not so much about that during these next 3 days, okay? It's more about how do I feel about what I want to do next? And what are those feelings telling me? Tap into the feeling of it. Sometimes when we have a difficult feeling about something that we're doing, well, we can easily tap out of it and start to find more mundane reasons for why we're feeling the way we feel. For example, if we're scared to move somewhere, we might begin to think about all the different problems with that city that we're being asked to move to, or that we want to go to even. Start making a list of, oh my God, all this stuff is happening there, and what about this and what about that? When really we just need to sit in our feeling, why, and ask, why am I scared? Why am I scared to make this move when I know that this is the direction I'm going in? Now, I know sometimes it's good to weigh the pros and cons in a real literal sense, but not on this full moon. This really is about discovering how you feel about your future plans. Okay, so what must you learn to trust? We have sweetgrass, which is actually the King of Pentacles, but I saw the sweetgrass first, braiding something here, that you are putting something together. Four of Swords, exactly. Just because you're resting and relaxing at this time, or taking a step back from your projects, from your relationships even. Like, I've decided I need 7 days alone, like completely alone. I can't have anybody's energy around me for 7 days. I don't know, I'm guided that way, and that's that. And I've decided I need to clear that. So even if you're feeling something like that, but you're trying to grow your friendships or your relationships, and all of a sudden you feel like you want to pull back, trust that. Okay, there's something you're doing. You're cleansing out energies that you no longer need, but leave was coming out. Maybe you've already left these energies behind, and you need some time to feel that release even before you move on to the next thing. This is reminding me of the Princess and the Pea. You know that story? There's a pea underneath her mattress, and I feel like that's what's going on. It's like, as you take this time to stand back and rejuvenate and relax and be in your own energetic space, you can feel that one little thing that is out of place, or that is bothering you, or that's always been there, but now it's just coming to your attention, and you'll be able to deal with it. So trust that as you relax and release and cleanse and protect your aura, protect your space at this time during the full moon, that you are still creating. You are still putting something together. You're weaving your future path together. It's just a different way of doing it than maybe you're used to. Perhaps you're a person who's like, well, I really like to be productive. I enjoy productivity quite a bit. Okay, I like to keep busy myself. And when I'm not keeping busy, I often feel guilty about that. But I'm learning now to relax with that a little bit. And I feel like this could be a message for you too. Okay. So let's see what your biggest obstacle is at this point. We have the King of Pentacles again. So one of your obstacles is trusting yourself. Okay, trust, and I don't even think it's trusting yourself generally. I feel like because Pachamama came out, it's more like trusting how you feel, trusting your body, trusting when your body says, like, can we take a nap, that it's for a good reason. It's for your health and your success and your stability and your emotional wellness. Like your productivity will be enhanced tenfold once you take that half-hour nap. You know what I mean? So it's like, listen to your body. You want to go outside for 10 minutes? Go outside for 10 minutes. Feel into what your body wants. We have 8 of fire here with ginger. Yeah, I feel like intuitively or even somatically, your body's asking you to do certain things. Okay? I want to be alone. I want to take a bath. I want to go for a run. I want to eat this or whatever it is. And I feel like you're trying to maybe control that, or it doesn't fit in with your schedule or your paradigm or what you want to get accomplished. But it's the key here. It's the key to move towards your success. It's planting when you listen to your body in that way, you're planting a seed. I also feel like if you get out in nature more, or even just outdoors, doesn't have to be like in a woods, it could just be outside, wherever you are, you will receive messages, confirmations through nature, birds, plants. I've used a plant deck here, the HerbCrafters Tarot. So there's something here about being close and connected to the earth. Now, of course, Capricorn's an earth sign, and Saturn is very about the material realm too. So this is very important for you. Okay, how will you overcome this obstacle of not trusting and listening to those moments in which you want to relax or do something that your body wants to do? If this isn't resonating, check out another group, okay? We have 4 of water with mint and the Knave of Pentacles. I laugh at this because it reminds me, this picture reminds me of mojitos. And I know that mojitos are not the most fun drink to make for someone when they order it, because you really have to muddle the mint into the drink, and that takes a lot of effort. Interesting. I feel like this is part of the message here. Yeah, exactly. With the Page of Pentacles, it's like learning how to deliver something or have something without having to do all that muddling, without having to do all that work. That's how you can overcome this obstacle. One of the things my mom taught me, and I'm so grateful for her teaching me this, is this little very simple motto to ask yourself is, what's the least I can do in this situation, but get it done for it to be successful? What's the least amount of action I can take? And that's a very good mantra or question for people who are overachievers, or they procrastinate, or they have productivity impulses. So take a step back and say, well, I really want the house to look clean for my guests. Well, what's the least I can do in this moment to make that happen? You don't need to start deep scrubbing something or pull the fridge out and clean behind the fridge. Maybe you just need to wipe the counters at this moment. So take a load off of yourself with something. Or maybe you want to start eating more healthy and you're thinking, oh, well, I got to cut this out and I got to cut that out. Why not just add something that's healthy? Take it easy on yourself. Don't be so Saturnian here. Add that Cancerian energy in, that moon energy into your life, that relaxation, that trust in yourself. Your body's very intuitive. Okay, let's go into the second reading that I have here. I hope that one helped. I don't know if this one's going to build off of that, or it's going to be an entirely new message, or why I'm even doing 2 spreads, but we are. So let's see here. What binds you at this full moon in Capricorn? What's binding group 1? Let's get some cards for this spread, Spirit. And I'm also going to use this deck, which is the Healing Spirits Oracle. I just got it. I just got all of these decks. Maybe there's something about bringing something new into your life. New information or new images or something that makes you feel excited, interested. Okay, so let's see what binds you at this time. We have the 10 of Cups and we have this big vodka bottle in the middle. Maybe there's something about drinking here that you need to be careful about or cut back on for some of you. I'm hearing Pisces there and I'm seeing the fish. This is a Pisces card, of course. It doesn't have to be that for all of you. Let's see. And 2 of Air. So you feel like what's binding you at this time is some decision you need to make about your long-term happiness. This could be in a relationship, okay, or something to do with your heart. I don't feel like this is necessarily work. It feels more like a heart space. Okay, so you think what's binding you right now is, oh my God, I have to make a decision. Who am I going to be with? What do I want in a partner? Is this person really for me? Are these the right friends? Something of that nature. Am I connecting to the right people? How am I going to be happy in 10 years from now? Should I have children? You know, all these kinds of things. Or are my children going to be there for me? So let's see what the advice is here. We have trust in the wise spirits and your prayers will be answered. I feel like you do have a lot of trust in the universe here. And you do have a feeling that things will work out for you in the long run, deep down inside if you tap into that. But there is still, I'm hearing existential worry. I'm hearing Erica here. It's interesting. Channeled messages really weren't coming in until this moment here. Number 33, the card. Maybe you've been seeing 33 a lot here, or 111 or 222. So let's see what's actually binding you. That's just your ego telling you that's what the problem is right now. What's actually binding you? Knight of Wands, the Chariot, and the Guidance. Always in motion. Holy shit. I love when that happens. It's like such a confirmation of the energy. Ooh, did you see how that kind of lit up there? You're too busy. Okay, so this relates to the previous spread that we just did. You have to slow down. You're always in motion. You're moving too quickly. If you're like, Andy, I'm in bed all day doing nothing. What the hell are you talking about? Well, then it's your emotions or your mind. Your thoughts are racing. Or you're scrolling on this and then you're watching that and then you're reading this. It's like too much. There's something that's just constantly in motion here. Maybe you have Gemini in your chart. It doesn't have to be that. But Spirit is saying here that this constant movement towards a goal or just a worry about movement in general, about things happening. Some of you could even be scared of something happening to you, or it's like a tower moment, or something's going to pop out of the blue here for you, and you're constantly feeling like you're geared up. Yeah, that's just for some of you, but you could feel like you're always on edge. You're hyper vigilant in some way or another. You're expecting something to go down or something to happen here. And I'm seeing like this is like a spiral. It's like you're falling down this spiral. And that's why the Pachamama card is coming out, so that you can sit in yourself here in the present moment and feel that you are safe, and that all is well. Yeah, listen to this. You still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It's time to stop suffering, let go of that old myth, and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Pachamama. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you, which is life, I'm hearing. Walk in beauty and honor all life. Yeah, slow down is the big message here, okay? So let's see. How can you set yourself free? We have judgment with strength. We have garlic showing up there. You are protected, okay? And we have success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. How true is that? Are you enjoying the fruits of your labor? Have you stopped to look around and see how successful you actually are in whatever way you are? Maybe you're feeling like you don't have success over in this part, but you have a lot of success over there. You know, focus on the area where you have worked really hard and you have those rewards. You know, it's time to show gratitude to that. Because when we're grateful for our own strength to get something done, and we're like, I am so grateful that I was able to do that, and that I'm accomplishing this for myself, and that I trust in myself to move forward. You know, when we have those kinds of thoughts, things come back to us. You also need to know that what is yours will always be yours. Okay, what is meant for you is meant for you. Now, whether you will get what is meant for you will require your hard work, okay? You will have to work hard to get what is meant for you. Some people are given a little bit of a free pass with some things, other people not so much. Okay, and I feel like you're a group that has maybe had a bumpy ride in some aspect of your life. Maybe it's relationships, maybe it's money, I don't know, or health, or whatever it is for you, family. But you do have something here that is yours, that is quite beautiful in that area that you feel you lack in. Yes, you have to put in the effort to move towards that, maybe harder than other people have to put in the effort as you see it. And I know you have been putting in the effort. It's not that you haven't. What you need to do is to trust that it is coming towards you, that it is yours, that you will get it, that you're not working for nothing. Take the fear out of it. Okay, what if I work on this forever and ever? What if I keep going at this job and then I get fired or this happens? Take all of those thoughts out of it and just have that mentality like I'm just going through the motions to get to where I'm supposed to go. So what is the moon saying to you? The moon is saying the Emperor, the King of Pentacles again. When it feels right, do it. Again, listen to your body, listen to your intuition. I'm hearing listen to your heart. Success is guaranteed for you. The Emperor and the King of Pentacles, this is like security in a big, big way. But you have to do things at the right time. You can't push against something. You can't exhaust yourself. Balance. Everything needs balance. Success has a shadow side too. So we need to come into balance with what we're doing. Whether that means taking more breaks or not being so hard on ourselves. Okay? Slow down. Relax. Enjoy what you have. You can get back to stressing out later. Right? You could do that later. But enjoy your time right now. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Group 2, those of you who chose Taming the Wind. We have the mic plugged in now, so your inner self is amplified to you. You can hear over the collective noise. I mean, that's how I'm taking it symbolically anyways. Number 55, we know that 5 is a number of change, but 5 is also the Hierophant in the tarot, which represents structure and stability. So imagine that. Can there be change within a structure, within something that is already stable? Of course there can be. Change doesn't always have to be something that's huge or even daunting. It can be something very subtle. Now, some of you might have been seeing feathers. I've had a lot of feathers dropped off at my doorstep recently, which is kind of cool, okay? Maybe you're also going to see that around this full moon. Now this card talks about taming your mind, taming the wind, taming your communication as well. Some of you need to pull back a little bit, refrain from lashing out or reacting in any situation. And maybe you're not doing that now, but full moons can heighten emotions. Something might happen or come up. Now's not a time to be right, okay? Now's not a time to want to be understood. It's to understand what other people are saying, to try to understand where they're coming from, how they've arrived at their conclusions, potentially to see the wounds from which people are speaking from. If you're having some kind of hard time relating to someone or having compassion, know that everybody's past and experience frames their thoughts and their words and the way they engage with others. Depending on how much work you've done on yourself and your shadow, sometimes you'll be able to catch yourself before you say something hurtful or before you project onto someone, and sometimes you won't, okay? And I feel like for some of you, you're going to be dealing with, or you already are, dealing with someone who's projecting or speaking from a place that is reactive for whatever reason. It doesn't mean you also have to follow suit, okay? So let's get into your reading. First, we're going to look at how you can continue down the path of success in whatever way that means to you, okay? Whatever area of life you are currently working on. Let's get 4 cards for group 2. I'm hearing Melissa, or the letter M in general. The letter P as well. I'm hearing Persephone. Something about Greek mythology. Something about a birthday cake too. Maybe it's your birthday. Happy birthday if that's the case. Or maybe you just like birthday cake. I do. Okay. I'll put the names of the decks that I'm using in the description box. Okay, so let's see. Need 4 cards, Spirit. Learning when to speak and when not to speak is a amazing lesson to get, to understand. There are so many times where somebody's been in conversation with me, or, I feel like they're trying to provoke me in some way, or maybe I'm just disagreeing with what they're saying. And rather than speak my opinion or try to argue with them, I just kind of say nothing, or I ask them to explain more about what they're saying, or I just allow them to continue. And I learn so much more about what's happening in that moment, in that dynamic with that person, and even in the conversation, than I would have had I just spoken, So I feel like this is a big message for you. And sometimes, especially in arguments, I don't know why this is coming up, but maybe for someone this is important. In arguments, we could really, especially when we feel hurt, we could really want to just punch back, right? And say something back, get our point out. How could you not see how that hurt me? Or I'm going to hurt you back or whatever. But really, as we know, that really does nothing. So try your hardest, except create more negative frequencies in the air, okay? So try your hardest just to bite your tongue a little bit, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to take what somebody's saying to you. No, you can remove yourself from the situation if you want. And that's okay too. But really try to relax into your responses in the next 3, 6 days, 3, 6, or 9 days when it comes to communication. Okay, let's see. Let's focus on what you're working on, your success. Oh, I just heard like a bell or something. It sounded like a pot or a pan. Okay. We have the Knave of Wands with the 6 of Water, the 6 of Cups. Yeah, okay. So the Knave of Wands, the Page of Wands, is usually a messenger card, okay? So somebody might be speaking to you about something that happened in the past, or maybe some nostalgic feelings are coming up for you at this time and you're feeling this need to express your nostalgia. I'm feeling that a little bit. I'm like, how do I get this nostalgic energy that I'm feeling out? Like usually I draw when that happens, or I do something like that, but it's not it's not working really. So I'm needing to find some kind of outlet to channel my nostalgia, because it is a time to tame the wind, right? Emotions are high, and sometimes we don't act in our highest good when we are leading from a place that is momentarily emotionally vulnerable or volatile. Interesting. Okay, so that's interesting. Usually my motto is like, I'm hearing 1902. My motto is to like kind of speak from the heart and just go with it. But there's something about having to it's like I'm seeing the energy like flow in you and flow out of you. Okay, like something's going to pass. I also feel like your success, maybe this is exactly where you could channel this energy of nostalgia. And it doesn't have to be for a past person. It could just be for your childhood, or I wish I was 20 years old again, or whatever it is. I don't, actually. I really don't. No shade to 20-year-olds out there if you're here, which I don't really think they are, but I'm telling you 40 is a lot better, okay? So anyways, okay, so where were we going here? Maybe this is something about appreciating your age, wherever your age is, whatever age you are, okay? Channeling this energy of missing something from the past and using it to create whatever it is that you're doing now. Am I saying that right? I'm hearing no. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, what else do I need to say here? Page of Wands and the Six of Cups. You have some kind of past resources that could be very useful for you right now. King of Wands to elevate you. I'm hearing take something off the shelf. I don't know, maybe that's a metaphor. Something you put away a long time ago. You need to take that down now and use that to move to wherever it is that you want to go, whether this is work, spiritually, or financially, I'm hearing, or even in romance. This is about having confidence as well, King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might be feeling like you're a newbie with something, or that you don't have enough, you don't know enough, or you need to get something in order to get something. Interesting. Or you need to have something in order to get something. Just come with your confidence. That's really what's going to shine here. Now's not a time to try to impress anyone with your words, okay? Yeah. Or with your money or anything like that. Nobody's going to be impressed with that at this point, I'm hearing. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's for someone in particular. Okay, I feel like there's something much more valuable inside of you that you have to offer in relation to this situation. So what must you learn to trust at this time? 5 of Swords. Look like Edward Scissorhands, huh? And 6 of Fire, which is victory. This looks like a vigil of some sort. Like they're reminding me of those candles. Well, you have to trust that you can overcome, not even overcome, that you're going to be victorious through any bullshit. That's really what it's saying. 5 of Swords can be, game playing, manipulation, getting wrapped up in whodunit. I'm hearing whodunit. Okay, I don't know. Whodunit games. And we have another 5 here. Somebody trying to rock you, I'm hearing. Trust that whatever you come up against, whatever arguments do ensue, or maybe it's just not arguments, maybe it's just you catch attitude from a stranger or something like that happens. There's some kind of conflict here, okay? Or maybe I feel like it's with someone else though. Don't necessarily feel like it's inner conflict. You know, trust that you can be victorious in this situation by taming your mind, your thoughts, and your communication. Okay, really reeling it in, thinking carefully before you speak, or maybe not saying anything at all, whatever it is for you. Know that you can still be victorious. I'm hearing some things are better left unsaid. Yes, okay, I feel like we've exhausted that point a little bit. So what is the biggest obstacle for group 2 to get their abundance success? We have the Page of Water, which is the Page of Cups, and the World. Well, you're pouring yourself into something that is done, that has already been completed here, or needs to be. But you're still trying to give to it. This could be an old path, could be a relationship, could be some way you envisioned yourself to be, but it's like you're still putting energy somewhere where it does not need to be. Something about the past here, I feel, is coming up for you. Some of you might be getting real nostalgic around this full moon, and you need to kind of like say to yourself, all right, I acknowledge I'm feeling nostalgic and that, you know, I'm thinking about this time and that memory and this, but like, that's not my current reality. You need to have a little bit of a talk with yourself, bring yourself back into reality. Try to figure out what those memories are, what the purpose of those memories are for you. Why do you still have them? Why those memories? Why are you thinking about this person or this situation? How might that be serving you in the current moment? And when I say serving you, it could be serving you in a positive way, or it could be serving your shadow. Maybe there's some project that you really need to get done or that you should be working on, but you're here over in La La Land about your ex, right? And maybe you're using that subconsciously as a distraction not to work. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that, obviously, but something of that nature. That's how we can use things to serve our shadow, or we can draw on memories in a way that isn't productive to us. Why might something still be lingering? Or maybe you're thinking, and I'm just using your ex because obviously in tarot world, that's a very popular energy to work through, a healing situation. So maybe you're thinking about your ex or a past person because you don't know what steps to take forward to get a new person or to bring new love into your life. So it's a lot easier and more comfortable to rewind that tape over and over again and play that rather than to go out, I know they don't exist, but to the video store and get a new DVD. Okay, let's keep going. How will you overcome this? The Hanged One. Interesting card. I'm seeing runes here. There's some runes. Maybe some divination is in order here for you. I mean, I know that's what we're doing now, but you with yourself. Also, maybe reading some tea leaves here. It could be for some of you, you need to get off the tarot cards and get onto some other form of divination, scrying, using runes, doing tea leaf readings, something like that for yourself. You know, and if you're like, I have no idea how to do any of those things, you know, nobody did in the beginning. Nobody knew how to do any of these things. Use your imagination and your intuition, okay? Throw something on a plate. Do you see an image in it? What is it telling you? Okay, for some of you. And the Tower, the Hanged One in the Tower. Ooh, okay, this is spicy here. Something is going on for you that does feel like a massive change. 5-5, we talked about that. But I reminded you about the Hierophant, about structure and being still with the Hanged Man coming out here too. This Spirit is asking you to gain a new perspective on something in your life that feels like a tower moment, or that is a tower moment. It's a very disruptive here, or possibly somebody else trying to cause disruption in your life, and learning how to be still in that moment. Okay? This is a difficult lesson of patience, calm, and stillness. I want to move into your second reading now, which is about what binds you. I feel like that might piggyback off of this reading. So let's get into that. Hopefully that one helped. And let's see what we get for the second one. I'm also going to use these Healing Spirit Oracle cards for the second reading. All right, Spirit. That was an interesting message. Let's find out what's binding group 2. Some of you are still heart aching. I wanted to say heartbroken, but it's not a broken. Your heart isn't broken, I'm hearing. It's aching. A wound can still hurt as it's healing. Remember that. It's not for all of you, okay? Only if it resonates. I'm also hearing there's 2 sides to every story. Remember that. I don't know. I heard yours and spirits. I don't know what that's about for everyone. Okay, let's see. What do you think is binding you right now? We have the 9 of Cups. With, it says peach on it. With the 4 of Swords. And the message here is your spirit guide can lead you, but can't do it for you. Interesting with the water here. Okay, that makes sense. There's something that you really want. 9 of Cups, you're wishing for, you're hoping for a vision of the future, a vision of your present moment, of how things could be for you. I feel like it's a really beautiful vision you have. But nothing's really happening, okay? You're not doing anything. Maybe you're tired, or you feel like you don't have the motivation to go for this thing, or you're starting and then you're stopping. Some of you could be exhausted here. And you're asking Spirit, like, where is this abundance? Where is my support? Where is this person? Why isn't this coming in? And Spirit saying, well, I can give you the signs, the synchronicities, the messages, and all of that stuff, the intuitive hits, but I can't make you take the action that you need to take at this time. Okay, so that's what you think is going on. Okay, let's see what is actually binding you. Could be the same as what you think, of course. Hi, Pixie. I know there's so much here on the table. 10 of Water, 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and heal yourself to heal the world. Whoa, that's kind of big, right? All right, Spirit, I'll get right on that. Thank you for moving by yourself. I love you. Okay, maybe that's a message there too. Yeah, heal yourself. You have to move something by yourself. Okay, it's your. I'm seeing Spirit pass a baton to you. It's like you got to take the baton and do something now. So I feel like what is actually binding you is close to what you feel. Okay, you're not out of touch here with yourself. I mean, anyways, Queen of Cups and 10 of Cups. You have a lot of love to give, a lot, and you need to give some of that. No, and it's not give it away. It's just share it. Okay, let people in on how beautiful you are, how much love actually exists in your heart. Share that with somebody. You could do a little something for someone to let them know you care about them, or you're thinking about them, or maybe be kind to a stranger. Whatever it is, like this video. Just kidding, just kidding. You really don't have to. But whatever it is, share that love here, Spirit is saying, because right now you're keeping it to yourself a little bit. Or you're holding out for the right thing. Hold on. Let's get some more here. Some of you, and again, not for everyone, but some of you are going to want to respond or react using your intellect, and you have to take a softer approach, okay? One way, and it depends on who it is that you're encountering or having an exchange with, but sometimes, and I feel like this is for somebody, one way to diffuse a situation, a tense situation, a Five of Swords situation, is to just speak honestly, openly, from the heart, not have the ego try to win an argument, or not have your fears take over and try to defend yourself. You know, sometimes it's really just to speak from the heart. Okay? And that could be even the smallest thing is saying, like, I'm seeing that you're really upset and I don't want you to feel that way. You know, something like that. Okay, now there are people out there who will take that as a shot, and you should probably just remove yourself from those people in that situation, okay? Queen of Cups here, the Ten of Cups. What actually binds you? King of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Ten of Cups. You have, I'm hearing a great influence on the world again, but you have a lot of support here. Now, if you're in a relationship, you have you're together or whatever, take it however, you have somebody who loves you. Now, I see that they're in this bear costume, this bear suit, so they could have some fears and feel like they need to protect their heart. Okay, they might not be emotionally vulnerable with you, but they love you. And how you are going to build that love together is to heal yourself. Not to heal them, not to try to heal their wounds, but to heal your own, whatever wounds you have. That's how you will make things stronger between the two of you. And if you're single or you're in separation or whatever, you're not interested in a partner situation, then happiness, you will experience happiness when you connect to others. I'm hearing through the modality of love. Through the modality of love. I love that. Justice. Justice and what? Six of Swords. Well, it's teaching others, and this includes yourself, how to mentally detach from a difficult situation while still remaining soft, not hardening oneself. Actually, it's interesting. It's reminding me, a video came up. I didn't watch it, but a video came up on my YouTube feed the other day. It said how to master the art of detachment. And I assumed it's probably about like how to be strong and not let anybody hurt you, because the thumbnail was a picture of this woman and she had like this menacing, tough look in her face, like no one's gonna fuck with me. And I was like, whoa, like I don't know if you're mastering anything there but your own ego and fears and shadow. But anyways, maybe that's a message for somebody. But you can detach, you can mentally, emotionally detach from a situation while still remaining soft, kind, open, loving. All right? Let's see. How can you set yourself free from whatever situation you find yourself in? We have Strength, King of Swords, and be the best version of yourself and start today. I feel like this is reinforcing what I'm saying. You know, true strength and intelligence integrates emotional intelligence. Okay? There's different types of intelligence, and having emotional intelligence is what gives you the courage that you need to be the best version of yourself. Interesting. You can trust your mind. I'll say that again because I feel like someone needs to hear it again. You can trust your mind. You're an excellent evaluator of your own situation. Some of you are excellent communicators. And if you're not, that's okay. Don't worry about that, okay? We all have our strengths. But regardless of your communication skills, okay, you still are an excellent evaluator of your own situation. And look, this King of Swords, ooh, my ears are ringing right there, has something tied around his mouth, taming the wind, knowing when to speak and when not to speak. We're back to that. So when you have confidence in yourself, in your rationale, in your intellect, in your ability to stay in the logical mind and world, you can give yourself permission to expand your consciousness into the esoterics, into the, I'm hearing the floating worlds, into intuitive realms and spirituality, because you have that grounding in logic and reason, the balance. You know, spirituality is such a fulfilling thing. It's mind altering. It opens this portal here of love to a new world, to a new being, to a new state of consciousness, of connection with others. But you still have to be grounded in logic, in reality, okay? Using your rational mind. If you go way too far on one side, it can get into the shadow, right? Spirituality has, of course, as you probably know, a heavy shadow side itself. So for some of you, know that it's okay to explore the heart space, spirituality, all of these things, because you are sane. You know, I get a lot of private readings where people, one of the questions they want to know, or they just open, and most of the time they're just kind of joking with it. But, you know, I want to know if I'm sane. Like, is this really happening? Is that real? Like, am I going crazy? You know, and I feel like if you're asking that question, you're fine. Okay. You're totally fine. That's for someone. Okay. So let's see what the moon is saying to you on this full moon. We have the King of Pentacles. Don't fear change, embrace it and grow. The change again. Five of Pentacles. And the Ten of Cups. Okay, listen up. Some of you, to get what you truly love, you're going to have to change something. And what you're going from the Ten of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles. And I know that sounds like for a lot of you, but it's not for nothing. It's to move towards the Ten of Cups. So some of you might have to give up something to get something. Didn't we have this conversation? Right. So there's something here, or maybe it was group one. I can't remember anymore. But there's something definitely here that you're going to have to release, some sense of security. Maybe it's a job you've been in for a long time, or some relationship you've been in that isn't working, or maybe it's like the way you build security for yourself. You're going to have to allow yourself to release that and experience a little bit of I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't have this crutch, or I don't have this thing that usually makes me feel secure, in order to get the Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment and happiness. It doesn't mean you can't have that Ten of Pentacles again, but there's something here that you see as secure that is blocking you. Okay? Don't fear change, embrace it. Some of you are in a position here where you have to give something up, okay? And Spirit's saying this is for your good. This is for a reason. All right, group 2, I hope this reading helped you. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Hi, group 3, those of you who chose the medicine wheel. You have many paths ahead of you. Maybe you are already experiencing this or it's coming in. But there are a lot of different directions that you could go in. And I feel like for some of you, it's the past, or you could go in the future. For others of you, it's this job, or this city, or that city, or maybe it's all of those things at once. What Spirit is asking of you right now is to choose a path and stick to it. There's an opportunity here for you that you could miss if you stay at the crossroads too long, weighing all the options. What about this? What about that? I don't know, but this kind of thing, which is a lot of us go through when there's significant change in our life or a massive decision we need to make. Spirit is saying, pick a path and go forward or backward, depending on if that's where you want to go, but pick a path here. It's time. There's also a message here about investing into your healing. Okay, something that you've been working on, that you've been healing, needs a little bit more attention. Something isn't fully done. I mean, most of us have a continued healing journey for all of our lives, okay? We're always healing something. New things happen, we have to heal from that, or maybe there's childhood wounds that are very, very deep that we're going to be working on for a long time. Whatever it is for you, there's still some more healing that needs to be done. And what that's telling me is that for some of you, you need to be kinder to yourself. Some of you get caught by yourself and you're like, why do I feel like this? I thought I healed that thing. I thought I was over it. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a moment. It's just a moment to love yourself, be kind to yourself, acknowledge the pain or acknowledge the confusion or the anger or the nostalgia or whatever it is that comes up for you. But mainly I feel Spirit is saying you have to pick a direction and go for it. So let's get into your reading here, group 3. We're going to first look at how you can, let's look at this direction that you're going in and how can you begin this climb in your new direction. How can you go into this path? I'll put the names of the decks in the description box below. I'm hearing Capricorn here. Maybe you have Capricorn in your chart, or maybe this is about career for you. Some of you are separating from family. This could be emotionally, this could be physically, but there's some kind of energetic distance that's being taken right now. Like there's... I feel like this is a good thing though. 9 of Cups. It's allowing you to, 9s are about, individuality as well as completion. So there's something here about seeing yourself beyond the image that your family projects onto you, whether that image is positive or negative. Often it's our parents treat us in one way or another, and we come to believe that that's who we are because we're young and we don't know any better. Life reinforces what our parents tell us we are, etc., etc. Spirit is saying for some of you, you're going to realize that you are not actually who your family tells you you are. Okay? And this could be you're better than, okay? Or this could be you want to go in a different direction. You're not interested and invested in the same things they are. Some of you are resonating a lot lately with the concept of a starseed, and you're connecting more to your starseed family or your soul tribe. There's something here that's very significant. Now, it doesn't mean you have to not love your family or not be around your family. but it's an understanding, a conscious awareness of your own individuality. Interesting message. Okay. You can check out other groups if this one doesn't end up resonating for you. I feel, yeah, again, this message is coming through. Something significant with the family. Anyways, if this part doesn't resonate, don't worry. It doesn't mean the whole thing won't. But Spirit wants to talk about it here. Let's get some charms, actually. I don't know why it's nagging me, so maybe that's a message too. Maybe someone's nagging you. We have a witch here. Maybe this is something to do with your spirituality being different than your family. They don't understand your spiritual path. We have a half moon. We have W and E, which is almost a yes here. We have love, a clock with 1010. Ooh, I've never seen these before. These little ballet slippers, which reminds me, you know, it's like that idea how so many parents wanted their children to become dancers or soccer players or ballerinas. Like, you know, they have a very specific idea of who their children can become, and they put them into these lessons that aren't always best suited to the essence of the soul of the child. Maybe this is you if you're a parent too, and you need to think about this. We have scissors here. I feel like it's cutting a cord here from some past image that was placed upon you. This dress here, yeah, it's like playing dress up, I feel. It's very interesting. This maple leaf. Could be something about Canada, you know, Toronto Maple Leafs maybe. I don't know. Okay. We have a cat. I'm hearing Sarah. Let's get a couple more. I'm also hearing Elizabeth. That's been coming through a lot lately. We have the letter U as well. Yeah, we have Y-O-U. Another pentagram. A magician's hat with a little wand. Perhaps your family doesn't understand how you're manifesting things in your life. Now, when I say family, it could also be your spouse or your partner. We have a mirror here. It's finding out who you really are. A heart with 3 waves. Maybe this has something to do with 3 generations here. On your mother's side, I'm seeing the moon. We also have the symbol of Taurus. Okay, one more. We have her and a chess piece here. For many of you, this has to do with a sister, a mother, an aunt, a grandmother, something like that. Okay, let's keep moving. Maybe one of the directions here that you're heading in is not one of your choosing, actually. You can just eliminate that option then, you know, if that's not really your path. Some of you might want to look at your 4th house. What sign rules your 4th house? What's going on in your 4th house? That can tell you a lot about your subconscious patterning, how you grew up, who your parents were, what they wanted of you, okay, if you're into astrology. So let's take a look here. How do you begin your climb to success? Or your path, picking your right path here. We have the Knave of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 4 of Pentacles. I like this 4 of Pentacles because here we see basket weaving, and it's that, you know, that can be a very slow, tedious process, but also very kind of meditative. When you do something like that, you go into another space and time as you're making something. Interesting. Now, traditionally, the 4 of Pentacles is usually about holding on to something, not letting go, being a little miserly in some way, but I don't feel that with this card. And I'm seeing this as like your life here. It's like, because it's right beside the tree, And you know how the tree, I forget what it's called. I always forget what it's called, but the circles in the tree tell you how old it is, right? So every circle symbolizes a cycle. And I feel like that's going on here in this image. It's like you've had many, many cycles and you're still building your basket. You're still going round and round here. So your future cycles don't necessarily have to be the same as your previous ones. Right, and if you've ever seen like basket weaving, it can be so beautiful, the creations and the patterns that are created, like different colors get woven in, different patterns show up in the basket, and I feel like you've had a base here, and now it's time to add a little bit of color, a little bit of a pattern, a design, your design, Page of Cups, something that you love. So obviously this is a metaphor unless you're a basket weaver. Okay, and so you need to think about how you want your life to go based on your desires, creativity, based on what it is that you love. Yeah, somebody helped you with your foundation, taught you how to build that foundation, or influenced the way you built your foundation, but now you can start doing it on your own. Yeah, some of you are really venturing out of some kind of norm. It doesn't have to be with family. It could be in any sense, but it's like you're breaking from the pack. You're deciding, maybe it's a larger collective. You're deciding like this isn't, I'm hearing this rhetoric, is not for me. Interesting. Okay, so what must you learn to trust? The Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords. Well, when you detach here, create that energetic distance from that projected image of who you should have been or who you are, etc. This could even be a past person here who told you you're this and you're that, and you start to think maybe you were, but you're not. Okay, take it however it resonates. When you detach from those other people's ideas of you, see, they got the birds with their little swords here jabbing away. When you detach from that, that's when the wheel turns. And look, you are at a crossroads. The medicine wheel, it's coming up here again. Many different paths. Maybe I should read this a little bit here, since it seems to be so significant. Let me take a deeper look here. The medicine wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycles of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It has been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. So is the basket weaving, right? This is very interesting. Its directions symbolize the 4 steps the shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. To manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. That's what we've been talking about, right? Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. Step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion and show it? End at the east direction, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. It is up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside the wheel and contemplate your journey. Yeah, this is definitely looking at yourself and realizing that there's a part of you that is being born, reborn, rediscovered, or created that is entirely different than your previous experience. I'm hearing with yourself or with others. Okay, let's keep going here. Yeah, banging. There's been banging happening. Okay, anyways, maybe that's a message for you. If you're hearing some kind of strange bangs, don't be alarmed. Okay. What do you want to say? Sorry, hold on one second. A lighthouse here. Spirit's trying to get your attention. Oh yeah, the Wheel of Fortune again. Keys, number 555. Maybe you're coming back from group 2, but there's change happening here. Okay, you could be seeing 555. Those banging sounds, if that's happening, don't be scared, okay? Let's see. What is your biggest obstacle? The Hanged One, not making a move here. I talked to group two a bit about this card. We see lots of forms of divination depicted here. Perhaps you're trying to seek answers outside of yourself or use tarot more than you should to decide your path, okay? The Lovers, yeah, see, look at that. You have to claim ownership of your decision, okay? It's likely that you are trying to find guidance from outside of yourself. How do I mean, tarot is not really outside of yourself, but let's just go with it. Maybe you're asking other people or you're weighing external factors quite a bit. What should I do? Which direction should I take? Who am I? Do I do this? Do I do that? And trying to get the answer from somebody else, even if it's spirit, which is ultimately you, but even if you're conceptualizing it as like a guide outside of yourself, it's creating an obstacle for you because spirit wants you to make a conscious decision about how you're going to move forward and how you're different from the person that other people have told you you are. It's like you have to really get off of that tree, the Hanged Man, come down to reality here and consciously say, no, I'm not doing that. Yes, I'm doing that. This is my conscious decision. Nobody's told me that this is the right way or the wrong way other than myself. Okay? For others of you, you could be trying to get a new perspective here on some love situation that you've been involved in. I'm hearing, but you're outside of it. Like you're no longer the person that you were when it's first started or back then in the past. And what do you want to say about that? And what do you want to say about that? We have the King of Wands. Kind of came out in reverse there. Let's see. And the Eight of Swords. Three of Swords at the bottom. You might be wondering why something isn't working or coming back around. It's like you're not in the same frequency. You're not on the same timeline. You're like in a different dimension. Three of Wands. Yeah, your vision is somewhere else. You're in a different place here. It's like in order for something here to work in love. Now, if you're in a happy, loving connection, disregard this part of the message, okay? But for those of you who've been struggling with this, it's like you're trying to make something work, but in order to do so, you would have to go back to that projected person that other people told you were. But you're awakened. You already know you're not that person. So you can't go back. Even if you wanted to lie to yourself, it wouldn't last. You know the truth. Okay? And I feel like this is... well, it hurts. It hurts because you still care about this person. Or you still have some feelings. So how will you overcome this? Five of Water, and when I say this, I mean the whole reading we've been talking about. Five of Cups. And the Four of Cups. Beautiful. This is to mourn, to grieve. To grieve that connection. Or to grieve that person that you thought you were. You know? Or to grieve the relationship you thought you had with your family or your friends or whoever. You know, that when you awaken, you suddenly realize that something's not as it seemed. And that can be painful. Three of Swords, right? Like that can really hurt. And the way to overcome that is to grieve it. And grieving is a difficult process that includes a wide range of emotions. But once you feel that grief, I just got like this pain here in my shoulder, and just like this twinge of pain in my collarbone too. I don't know, maybe that means something for someone. But when you grieve this, okay, and you feel that pain, you process it. You acknowledge that it exists. You don't push things down. You let everything come up to the surface. You release it. And you're able to move on, 4 of Cups, and not get caught up in the emotional turmoil that you're becoming aware of or that ensues because you're creating a distance with others who don't see you for who you truly are. Okay? So grieve that. Be angry if you need to, you know, be sad if you need to. All of the stuff, you know, maybe you want to look into grief some more. Okay, let's go into your second reading. See what we get. It might follow up on this reading, or we might get something a little different. We'll see. The second reading that we're doing here is looking at what's binding you. I feel like this reading that we just did talked a lot about that. But let's see. For group number 3, what's binding group 3? 4 cards. What's binding group 3? I'm hearing Massy Star. I'm also going to use the Healing Spirit Oracle. I love this deck. I just got it, like literally today. I'm already in love with it though. Okay, what do you think binds you but really doesn't, group 3? 6 of Pentacles. I'm hearing not getting the help I need. Okay. The Hanged One, and your life plan is unfolding as it should. Yeah, again, this is like, I'm not getting what I need. I'm not getting the advice I need. I'm not getting the answers I need. I'm not getting the support I need. The person isn't, you know, this is like looking outside of yourself for an answer once again. And you feel like this is a problem here, or it's binding you, like it's preventing you from moving forward. You could also feel like you're not able to give to someone else. Okay, but I think it's more like, I need direction. I'm in the middle of the medicine wheel. I need direction. Like, hello. Yeah. Okay, let's see what is actually binding you. We have the Queen of Swords. Four of Cups. You are your purpose. Spirit is clear here with you, group 3. Like, trust, you know what to do, okay? Maybe you don't want to do what you have to do here, but you know what to do, right? Sometimes we know what's best for us, but we're having a hard time doing it. Doesn't mean you don't know. Okay, you do know how to walk away from something. You do know how to create a distance. You do know how to put up boundaries. You do know how to go down your path and be brave and take a chance, take a leap of faith here. A lot of you are trying to figure out, what is my purpose? What is my path? What am I meant to do? And when I was looking at this deck, when I got it, I feel like this was my favorite card when I was just, when I opened it and I was looking through it. Because, I get this question a lot in personal readings. What's my path? What's my purpose? And only you really know your purpose. And you continue to manifest your purpose as you go along. Now, yeah, I could tell you certain directions here, there, and the other, right? But ultimately, only you will know. And nobody else has a right to tell you either what your purpose is in life. And I love this card because it simplifies that question so very well. Your being, your existence here, your connection to earth, to life, to air, to water, to fire, to spirit, to others, to yourself. That's your purpose. You know, as humans, sometimes we get so caught up thinking like, what am I supposed to be doing here on earth? Like, you know, should I do this job? Should I go here? Should I do that? Should I help this person? Should I, you know, that's all a nice distraction from the reality that our purpose is just to be. You know, obviously we serve a cosmic purpose, just like every other animal does on Earth. But they're not so neurotic running around asking, what's my purpose? You know, a seal's not asking that. A cat's not asking that. A firefly's not asking that. They're just doing themselves. They're just being in the present moment, following their intuition, following their instincts, contributing to the cosmos. And that's exactly your purpose too. Now, sometimes that's hard, right? To accept. What do you mean? My purpose is just to be. But it is. And that's so special. And it's actually really freeing to acknowledge that. You can't do wrong here with the path you choose. Because you're always going to meet your purpose. Because it's you. You are your purpose. Get it? So do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good. And no one else. Obviously, don't do anything that harms anybody. I feel like that doesn't need to be said, but you never know. Okay? Let's keep going. How can you set yourself free? Always in motion we have. Strength. And Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, again, this is Spirit saying, like, whatever path you choose now, you can't do wrong. Okay? You're going to make that path yours by virtue of being you on that path. I hope this doesn't sound awful, I'm hearing. Okay, sorry if that's what you're experiencing. How can you set yourself free? Number 22 here. Yeah, I feel like your passion, what you enjoy doing is no coincidence. What you enjoy doing is your purpose. You enjoy drawing, being an artist, that's your purpose. You enjoy helping others, that's your purpose. You enjoy reading tarot, that's your purpose. You know, and it can shift. Our purposes can change, manifest, remanifest as we evolve, as we ascend. Sometimes this part is our purpose, and then the next time that's our purpose. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm hearing seven shifts. 7 shifts? There's 7 shifts you've had or you will have about what your purpose is. Sometimes our purpose is being in a relationship with someone in order to learn something or in order to teach someone something. You know? But this here, I think Spirit is really saying, go after what makes you happy, what you enjoy doing. Okay? Even if it's something that doesn't seem like it's bringing in money or paying the bills. Maybe you still have to go to your 9 to 5, but carve out time for the thing you enjoy, and you'll see how things start to change. Okay? Always in motion. Things are always changing, moving, manifesting, shifting. Okay. I'm hearing for you. Let's see. Message from the moon. Awakening. Beautiful. Four of Pentacles. Endurance is the key to success. Yeah, you're definitely at the crossroads right now. You have to keep going here. Just keep going. Keep doing you. It's okay if you have bad days. Know you'll have a better day. And just look forward to that day. Awakenings, in a spiritual sense, right, are not easy. I mean, it feels good once you've ascended to a certain level and you've awakened. Certain things become a lot easier, less triggering, you get yourself out of the matrix, and that feels really freeing and nice, and you can explore all these other things that are going on, that are actually going on, that we're not told about, or all of these things, right? But during the process of awakening, and even when you've awakened, you'll find that you awaken again to something, and you'll go through it again, okay? It's never really ending. Okay, so when you're going through the process of awakening, though, when that mask is being ripped off of others, off of yourself, the matrix, you see it for all its horridness and ugliness, that sucks. It's not fun to realize what you've been caught up in, to see the truth. So you have to keep going, though, with it. Endurance is the key to success. There's no going back once you decide to awaken. It's kind of a karmic decision, actually. If you say, I want to awaken spiritually, Spirit will give you things to help you awaken, and they're not always going to be fun things. If you say, yeah, I'm fine, just not knowing, ignorance is bliss, I'm ready to just chill in the matrix all my life, cool, you're going to have your own stuff going on, whatever, your own challenges in your own dimension. But if you choose awakening, which I feel most of you have here, if you're still listening especially, then know that it is hard here. And you're going to feel at times like you don't have enough, or that you want to protect yourself, you want to close yourself off. There's something about a solstice here. This is very interesting. I'm seeing an eclipse here, a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse, the sun and the moon. This is a very interesting card. Something about the cycles is very important, the moon cycles. Now, this is a message from the moon. Pay attention to the moon cycles here and the eclipses, the next eclipses coming up, or the ones that just happened. Perhaps this was your awakening. Keep going is what Spirit's saying, even when it's tough. Okay? All right, group 3. That's the message I have for you. I really hope that this reading helped. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.